Imagine the Battle of Hogwarts, but something is fundamentally different. Lord Voldemort is facing not one, but two wizards who move like a single lethal shadow. On the left, James Potter, his wand a blur of golden light. On the right, Severus Snape, draped in Gryffindor crimson, casting dark neutralizing charms with surgical precision. They don't hate each other. They trust each other with their lives. And as the final blow is struck, Snape looks at James, smirks, and says,
"Try to keep up, Potter. I can't be expected to save your neck every 5 minutes."
You love it, Sev. Admit it.
Wait, Snape and James? Best friends? In the same house? How is that even possible? Today, we are exploring a timeline that shatters the entire foundation of the Harry Potter universe. We are going back to that first night in the Great Hall, where a single word from a tattered old hat changes the destiny of the wizarding world. What if Severus Snape had been sorted into Gryffindor?
Gryffindor!
Trust me, this ripple effect is going to change everything you know about love, war, and the Half-Blood Prince. The lion with the cold eyes. What if Snape was sorted into Gryffindor? Let's set the stage. September 1st, 1971. A young, greasy-haired, nervous Severus Snape sits on the stool. In his heart, he's terrified. He wants Slytherin. He wants the power, the ambition, the place where he thinks he belongs. He wants to be far away from people like James Potter and Sirius Black, who mocked him on the train. But the Sorting Hat doesn't see what you want. It sees what you need. It sees a boy with a burning desire to prove himself, a fierce loyalty to a girl named Lily, and a hidden well of courage that even Severus doesn't know exists yet. The Hat whispers,
"And Slytherin will help you on the way to greatness, there's no doubt about that. But where to put you?"
And then it shouts,
"Better be Gryffindor!"
The Great Hall goes silent. Snape looks like he's just been struck by lightning. Lily is beaming, clapping wildly at the Gryffindor table. But James and Sirius? They're horrified. They have to share a dormitory with Snivelis. This is the first major change. Snape doesn't go to the dungeons. He goes to the tower. He isn't surrounded by future Death Eaters like Lucius Malfoy or Avery. He's forced into a room with the Marauders. For the first few months, it's war. Pranks, insults, stolen wands. But then, something happens. One night, Snape finds Remus Lupin struggling with his transformation. Or perhaps Snape is the one who stands up to a group of older Slytherin bullies who are picking on a first year. James Potter sees this. He realizes that Snape isn't creepy. He's just lonely and incredibly gifted.
"Look, Snape, you're a weird bloke, but you've got guts. And if Lily likes you, you can't be all bad. Want to help us with this prank on Filch?"
And just like that, the most iconic rivalry in history dies before it even begins. Snape doesn't become the victim of the Marauders. He becomes the fifth Marauder. Now, think about the academic power of this group. You have James and Sirius's raw talent, Remus's discipline, and now, Snape's genius-level understanding of potions and dark arts. In this timeline, Snape doesn't invent Sectum Sempra to defend himself against bullies. He invents spells to help the Marauders. He's the one who perfects the Animagus transformation. Instead of 3 illegal animagi, we have 4. Severus becomes a sleek black raven, the eyes in the sky for the group's midnight escapades. But the biggest change? Lily. Because Snape is in Gryffindor, they spend every waking moment together. There is no mudblood incident in 5th year because Snape isn't being pressured by Slytherin peers to join the dark side. He isn't hanging out with Malcyber. He's hanging out with the girl he loves and the friends who actually have his back. Snape's influence makes the Marauders more mature. He teaches them that magic is deeper than just jokes. In return, James and Sirius teach Severus that he is worthy of friendship and respect. Snape's hair starts to look cleaner. He stands taller. He's not a shadow in the hallways. He's a lion.
Lupin, your potion is slightly off color. If you want to survive the full moon without losing your mind, I suggest you let me handle the brewing from now on.
Careful, Remus. If he brews it, you might turn into a very grumpy wolf with a hooked nose.
They laugh. They are a family. And because of this, the darkness of the 1970s starts to look a little less certain for Lord Voldemort. Because he's lost his most brilliant future spy before he even graduated. In the original story, Snape is the one who overhears the prophecy at the Hog's Head and takes it to Voldemort. He's the reason the Potters are targeted. But in a world where Snape is a Gryffindor, he's not at the Hog's Head trying to get a job as a spy. He's probably working with James and Sirius as an elite hit wizard for the Order of the Phoenix. If Snape doesn't tell Voldemort the prophecy, Voldemort doesn't know about the boy born at the end of July. He doesn't go to Godric's Hollow. James and Lily don't die. Think about that for a second. Harry Potter grows up in a house filled with love. He has a father who is a hero, a mother who is a brilliant charms master, and an Uncle Sev who is the grumpiest but most protective godfather you could imagine. In this timeline, Snape and Lily might not even get married. Maybe she still chooses James, but Snape is okay with that because he didn't lose her friendship. He's the trusted family friend, the one who watches over Harry in the cradle, whispering advanced potions theory to a baby.
You have her eyes, little one, and thank the stars, you have her temperament. If you grow up to be as loud as your father, I shall have to turn you into a teapot.
But Voldemort is still out there. The war is still happening. Only now, the Order of the Phoenix has a secret weapon. Severus Snape knows the dark arts better than anyone, and he's using that knowledge to dismantle Voldemort's Horcruxes before anyone even knows they exist. Snape, James, and Sirius become the trio that hunts the darkness. Dumbledore doesn't have to keep secrets because he has a team that can actually handle the truth. We reach the final confrontation. It's not 1998. It's much earlier, maybe 1985. Voldemort is cornered. He's confused. Why aren't his followers winning? Why is his magic failing? It's because Snape found the ring. Snape found the locket. Snape used his Gryffindor courage to walk into places a Slytherin would have feared, and his Slytherin cunning to survive them. The final battle happens at the Ministry. James and Snape are fighting side by side. It's the ultimate payoff. The boy who was supposed to be a Death Eater is now the one casting the spell that reveals Voldemort's last shred of mortality. Voldemort looks at Snape, recognizing the talent he could have had on his side.
You should have been mine, Severus. You were born for the darkness. I was born for the light, Tom. I just needed a little help finding the door.
Voldemort is defeated. The world is at peace. There is no boy who lived because no one had to die for Harry to survive. Harry grows up in a world where the name Snape is whispered with the same reverence as Dumbledore. Severus becomes the head of Gryffindor House. He's still strict, he's still demanding, and he still hates poor grammar. But the dungeon is no longer his home. He lives in the light of the tower. He sits at the Potter's dinner table every Sunday. He lived a life of honor, not a life of regret. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? That a single choice, a single word from a talking hat, could save thousands of lives. It shows us that Severus Snape was never destined to be a villain. He was a man who was shaped by his environment. In Gryffindor, he found the brothers he never had. He kept the love he always deserved. He didn't have to die to prove he was a hero. He got to live and see the world he helped save. But what do you think? Would Snape and James really have been able to put their differences aside? Or would the Gryffindor common room have turned into a disaster zone? And do you think Snape would have eventually found his own happiness? Or would he always be the loyal protector of the Potter family? Let me know in the comments. I love these deep dives into the what-ifs of our favorite stories. If you want more videos where we flip the script on Harry Potter, smash that like button and subscribe to Omniva. I'm Omniva. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is sit on a stool and let the hat tell you who you really are.